This should be on now. Good evening. Let me make sure we're here. Live from VBS Shalom. Here it comes. No, that was last night. There it is. Well, good evening. I'm Rabbi Ed Feinstein. This is Cantor Phil Barron. And
Hi.
It is Kabbalat Shabbat for an Erev Christmas. Our friends across the street and around the world are celebrating the birth of hope with their holiday of Christmas. But tonight we are gifted with the privilege of celebrating Erev Shabbat. And so we welcome you and we welcome Cantor Phil. Phil, bring us in with a nigun, please.
We come from a tale told long ago, passed on by the waves and the wind. We've made it this far together, you know. Come, brothers and sisters, let's sing. Hine matom anayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matom anayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Sing with me. Hine matom anayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matom anayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Come gather round and hear this song. If you're the wandering kind, you can make it alone, but just so you know, we leave no one behind. Come, mothers and fathers who've weathered the storms and grew strong in the trials of their times. So, hey, brothers and sisters, Lidor Vador, carry on with the song in our lives. Hine matom anayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matom anayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matom anayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matom anayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome. I'm Rabbi Feinstein. This is Cantor Barron. This is VBS Shalom. Kabbalat Shabbat for a Friday night. Happens to be, of course, Christmas Eve. So we wish all of our neighbors and friends a very, very special and pleasant holiday. And for us, it is the gift and joy of a Shabbos evening together with family and with friends. Hope you're staying well through this Omicron pandemic and taking care. I know that we're all exhausted of masks and shots and all the requirements, but we have to stay well and take care of each other. And it's certainly wonderful to be together to share this Kabbalat Shabbat, this Erev Shabbos. Phil, take us in with the songs of Kabbalat Shabbat. We'll begin Lechuna Ranana, page 15 in the Sim Shalom prayer book.
Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai. Lechuna ranana, lechuna ranana, lechuna ranana, ladonai. Naria, naria, letzor yishen, kadma fana v'toda. Naria, naria, letzor yishenu, bilmirot naria lo. Lechuna ranana, lechuna ranana, lechuna ranana, ladonai. Lechuna ranana, lechuna ranana, lechuna ranana, ladonai. Ki el gadol Adonai, o melech gadol al kol Elohim. Ki el gadol Adonai, o melech gadol al kol Elohim. Lechuna ranana, lechuna ranana, lechuna ranana, ladonai. lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. 40 shana hakut v'dor, ve'omaram to'e levavim, ve'hem lo yadu dirachai, asher nishbati ve'api, im yimon el menuchati. Or zarua la tzadik, or zarua la tzadik, or zarua la tzadik, or zarua la tzadik. Light is sown for the righteous. Simchut tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu lezecher kodsho. Simchut tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu lezecher kodsho. Hay day 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 hay day 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 hay day day. La tzadik, or zarua la tzadik. And this also has a lie in it, and hopefully you'll sing along. That's a Hebrew word, by the way, lie. Yai lie lie, yai lie lie. Yai la dai dai, yai la dai dai. Sing along. Yai lai lai, yai la dai dai, yai la dai dai, yai la dai dai. Romemu Adonai, Eloheinu romemu Adonai, Eloheinu romemu Adonai, Eloheinu romemu Adonai, Eloheinu romemu. V'ish tachamu lehar kosho, v'ish tachamu lehar kosho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, romemu Adonai Eloheinu romemu Adonai Eloheinu romemu Adonai Eloheinu romemu Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Yai dai 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 dai. We're on page 20. Lai dai dai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Havul Adonai B'Elim. Havul Adonai Come on, bound, Adonai, Kemo Shemo Hishtachavu Adonai, V'hodrat Kodesh Kol Adonai, Al Hamayim El Hakavod, Hakavod Yirim Adonai, Al Mayim Rabbi Kol Adonai, Bako Adonai, Kol Adonai, Behadar Kol Adonai, Shover Razim, Vaishaver Adonai, Edan Ze Halbanun, Vayarkidem Kemo, Kemo Eger Levanon, Vesirion, Kemo, Kemo, Veremim, Kol Adonai, Otsev Lamotesh, Kol Adonai, Yachil Midbar, Yachil Adonai, Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai, Yechol El Ayalot, Vayechesov, Yeharot, Oh, Echalo, Kolomer Kavod, Lai, Adonai, Lamahomul Yahshava, Yeshev Adonai, Melech Leolam, Adonai Hoz, Lehamo Yitain, Adonai Barek, Etamo Mashalom, Ay,
If you open the newspaper and read the headlines, not even have to read the articles, just read the headlines, it's a pretty hopeless moment, you know? This disease that we thought was finally under control seems to be coming roaring back. There's stories about holiday celebrations getting canceled. A startling picture on the front page of the New York Times of an empty church with just one couple with face masks and their parkas sitting in the church, in an empty church that should be filled with worshipers and filled with people celebrating. Stories of more than 3,000 flights across the country, across the world, have been canceled because of flight crews getting sick. And that means that people that had wonderful plans to be together with their families and to go to wonderful warm places to relax and unwind are now stuck at home with all the tensions that brings. It's pretty hopeless. And yet it's always been this way. I mean, there hasn't been a time in history when it's been, full of hope. It's always been this way. And one of the functions of religion is to give us hope, to say that there's more to life than what we see. There's more to a human being than just the outside. There's a spirit within a human being. And there's more to the world than simply its material conditions. There's a spiritual aspect to life. And if we can close off some of the distractions, listen deeply to the murmurings of the heart, we can attach ourselves to that powerful energy, the possibilities that still live in the world. Religion gives us hope, and hope means to attach ourselves to possibilities, to a world that is yet open and not closed. So tonight, our friends and neighbors across the country, across the world, celebrate a moment of hope. When I was a seminary student, it was a custom, not on Shabbos, of course, but when Christmas Eve would fall on weekdays, the entire Jewish theological seminary, faculty and students, would trek down the block from 126th 2nd Street, where we went to school, to St. John the Divine Cathedral, 111th Street, biggest Gothic cathedral in North America. And we'd go there early, they'd have carols, and then they would begin a Christmas service. And we went for the service. We went for the carols. We enjoyed the religious symbolism. We weren't praying. It wasn't our holiday to pray, and it's not our theology. But the symbolism is beautiful. The birth of a child is the birth of light, the birth of possibility. You just had a new member of your family, Cantor Phil. The birth of a child brings hope. The birth of a child brings joy. The birth of a child is a celebration that we haven't given up on the possibilities of life. And that's what this holiday represents from billions of Christians around the world. For us, we have a different symbol. The symbol of Shabbat is the symbol of completion, of wholeness, but also of implicit possibility, because out of the rest and refreshment and renewal of Shabbat comes new creativity. The week has come to an end, and we're going to rest, and then it's going to begin again with new creation. And the great symbol that the Jewish tradition chose for hope and possibility and light and newness in the world is a wedding. Because there is no more exquisite moment in life than that moment when the bride enters the room. I'm a rabbi, and Cantor Phil is a cantor. We have the privilege of standing at the bima, looking the other way. You all look at us. We're looking back, and we're the ones to see the bride coming down the aisle. And we're the ones who get to look into the eyes of this bride and this groom, and to see the love, but also to see the hope, the confidence that tomorrow yet bears possibilities that haven't been born, that haven't been fully realized, and to celebrate those possibilities, all of those possibilities. I've been privileged to stand with hundreds and hundreds of couples, most of them young, beginning their lives, and that's a special, special joy. But there's also a special joy, I'll tell you, just disclose to you a secret. And on occasion, older people get married. I remember a particular couple that got married. They met at the Jewish home for the aging. They were both, of course, widows. He's a widower, she's a widow. After many, many, many years of loving, satisfying marriage, they were living as single people in the home, and they became acquainted, and they built a relationship, and they came to see me. And Sam was 91 and his wife was 89, and they wanted to get married. And of course, I joked with him and said, Sam, is it because you want to get married or you have to get married? And he said, oh, very funny, Rabbi. And they had a wedding, and the chuppah was held by their great-grandchildren, and their families gathered around them. And even in the eyes of an 89-year-old bride with her 91-year-old husband, there's hope, there's possibilities. There's a tomorrow we can look forward to. There's the gift of faith that yet there's life in the world and we can attach ourselves to it. So the Jewish tradition on Friday night welcomes us to a wedding with the 16th century poem, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabala. Welcome to the great wedding that brings all the possibilities, all the potentials, all the promise of a new day to us tonight. Shabbat Shalom, page 21.
Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabala. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabala. Shavor v'zachor b'nei morecha Hishmianu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad Shem ultiferet v'litila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabala. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nikabela Lo Temoshi Velo Tikalmi Matishtuchaki Umatermi Bach Yetsu Ani Ami Benivneta Kiran Kira Lechadoni Legrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalah Lechadoni Legrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalah Yamin u'smol Tifrotzi Et Adonai Tauritzi Al Yarish Ben Partzi Ben Ismecha Venogila Lechadodi Legrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nikabela Lechadodi Legrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nikabela Boi v'shalom Ateret bala Gam simcha Umtzola Toch emunei Am segula Boi chala Lechadodi Legrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nikabela Lechadodi Legrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nikabela Lechadodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nikabela Lechadodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nikabela.
Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat. We sing a song for this Shabbos day. Tov lo dot ladonai lezamer l'shimcha l'yon lagid baboker asdecha v'emunatcha b'leil. It is good to give thanks to God. It is good to look into the universe and find all of its potentials and possibilities. It takes no moral courage to be a cynic. It takes no moral courage to find skepticism and reasons to worry and to fret. It takes a great deal of courage, of heart, of soul, of mind, to see that life still has possibilities. And the end of the Psalm, Tzadik hatamar yifrach ke'erez balvanon yizkeh, shtulim beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu. That tzaddik is the one who is still filled with life, who grows strong like a mighty tree, rooted in God's truth, always finding new possibilities in life. Odyanum v'seva v'shenin v'rananin yihiu, who never get old, who still have plans and visions and dreams. Lagid ki ashar Adonai tzuri v'lo avlat tabo, and are able to say, it is good. God has been good to me, and life has been good to me. And that is the definition of a tzaddik. May this Shabbos bring us that quality of hope and that quality of moral strength. We ask those who recite the Kaddish now in memory of a loved one, observance of Yahrzeit, to rise, join together in these words of Kaddish. Hold close all the memories you have of the ones that you love, whose yahrzeit you celebrate, whose memory you cherish, and join us with the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'yalmad yivrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael b'agalau v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarich le'olam ol me'omaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal shemei dekud shabrichu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushpechata v'nechamata damiran b'yama v'yimru amen. Yehei shlom Rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. We begin our Mariv prayers on page 28 with the Baruch Hu. Please join with the cantor.
Yada dai dai dai, 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 yada dai dai dai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yada dai dai dai, yada dai dai dai, yada dai dai dai. Yada dai dai dai, yada dai dai dai, yada dai dai dai, yada dai dai dai, yada dai dai dai. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai hamariv haravim. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amchavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu V'shochveinu v'kumeinu Nasiach b'chukecha V'nismach b'nivrei Toratecha U'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki heim chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu Uvahem nege yomam v'layla Ve'amat kal tasir mimenu leolamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael. Let's join together for Shema on page 30. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'ekumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף בטיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תתורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם,
Amen. Abraham Joshua Heschel, great Jewish philosopher of the 20th century, we celebrated his 49th yahrzeit yesterday. 49 years since he left us. There he is. There he is. Heschel made a comment once that Jewish faith is not wrapped up in the assertion of a proposition. It's not about believing something. It's about experiencing the world in a certain way and then being faithful to that experience. We Jews root our faith in memory, in moments that we felt the closeness of God, in moments that we felt redemption was possible in the world, in moments we felt that hope was substantiated. And even in moments of despair, we remember those other moments. And so every night, every morning, every time we recite the Shema, which is our assertion of belief in God, we couple it with the memory that once we were slaves in the land of Egypt, and God redeemed us from there. We tasted the awful bitterness of oppression, of humiliation, of being turned into an object. And then we were redeemed, resurrected, brought back to life at the other side of the Red Sea, when we looked back and saw that Pharaoh was no longer chasing us, and turned around and looked at the vast expanse of the desert and realized that the world was ours to remake. And that moment is the moment when Jewish faith begins, when Jewish faith is founded. And that moment is recreated in the song our ancestors sang, Michamocha Ba'elim Adonai, page 32 in the prayer book.
Yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 I da 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 Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norat tehilot, o seifele, yada da 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 da, yada da da da, yada da 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 da, yada da da, yada da 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 da, yada da da da. Ay day 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 Malchutcha ra'ov anecha Bokeh yam lifnei Moshe Malchutcha ra'ov anecha Bokeh yam lifnei Moshe Ze li anu ve'amru Adonai imlok leolam leolam va'ed yada day 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 yada day 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 yada day 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 yada day 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 yada day 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 yada day 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 ונאמר כי פד אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל
only thing we pray for tonight, the only petitionary prayer, the only request we make of the Kodesh Baruch Hu, of God, is give us peace on this Shabbat. Give us wholeness, give us wellness. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, let us lie down tonight in peace. Vamidenu malkeinu l'chaim, and raise us up in the morning, God, to life. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, spread above us a shelter of your peace. V'taknenu b'yetza tova milfanecha, v'hoshienu leman shemecha, v'yagein bi'adenu, v'yaser mi'aleinu, oyev, dever, v'cherev, v'ra, v'yagon. Remove all that frightens us and all that steals away the peace of the nighttime. V'aser satan milfanenu mi'acharenu, take away that which frightens us. V'etzel kenafecha tastirenu, and wrap us in the wings of your holy presence. Ki el shomreinu matzilenu ata, ki el melachanu v'rachum ata. Ushmor tzeitzenu uvoenu l'chaim u'l'shalom. Let us go out into the world and let us return home again in wholeness and in peace. Me'ata v'yad olam ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, baruch ata Adonai, apore sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. We rise now together, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael, the commandment to keep this holy Shabbat.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי אותי לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמרם ומבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה, ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא, ויאמרו Amen. Take a few moments of silent reflection, meditation. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech Adon lechol har shalom. Ki ata melech Adon lechol har shalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. יתקדם יקרא שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה כנותי וימניק מלכותי, בחייכון וביומייכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב והימרו. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ינסה, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשו, בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבעתה ונחמתה, דמירם ימה ויאמרו, תתקבל צלון הון ובהון לכל ישראל, קודמה ונמשמע ויאמרו, יהי שלמה רבה מן שמי וחיים, עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו, עושה שלום ממרומיו, ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו, אמן.
Yiddish?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit. כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Let's finish with Aleinu L'Shabeach.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שנותן שמיים ויוצר הארץ. כך כתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Once again, we invite those who recite Kaddish in memory of a loved one, observance of Yartzeit, to gather in the memories of the ones that you cherish, hold them close, feel their presence and their love, and share with us, please, the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayei dechal beit Yisrael, ba'galau v'zman kari v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'me'almaya yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitramam, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yitaleh, v'yithalal, shemei dekut shabrichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you to Cantor Phil for his davening tonight. Thank you for all of you for joining us tonight. In case you wonder, the reason why there is no service tonight at Valley Beth Shalom live, and we didn't have one this morning, and tomorrow as well, we will have services at this Torah study at 9 o'clock. And service at 10 o'clock, and again 5 o'clock in the evening, but only on YouTube and Facebook, is because our crew, most of whom are not Jewish, of course, our crew who has killed themselves this past year and a half to keep the synagogue open, to protect us, to keep the building available to us whenever we needed it, and to protect all of our families. Our crew, we wanted them to have their holiday. We wanted them to enjoy some time with their family on their holy days. So we closed the synagogue in order to give them the night off and tomorrow off to have their holy day with family and with friends and in church and wherever they'll be. And so tomorrow morning, Shabbos morning services at 10 o'clock, Torah study at 9 o'clock with Rabbi Gelman and me, Shabbos morning services with Cantor Fox and me at 10 o'clock. And in the evening at 5 o'clock, I'll be leading that service as well. Sunday morning, of course, is always virtual. That's at 8:30, and Sunday evening at 5 with Rabbi Taff. And then the rest of the week, we're back open again, 7:30, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the evening at 5 o'clock, in person and online. And then on next Friday and next Shabbos, once again, we're going to be just virtual, Facebook and YouTube again, so the crew can have time with their families on these very wonderful holidays. So thank you for understanding. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for sharing these very special moments with us. I want to wish you a very, very good Shabbos. And if Santa Claus should come into your home, give him a cup of tea, give him some Hanukkah cookies, send him on his way. There's a lot of kids who deserve a little love tonight and can certainly use it. And we'll share all of our prayers with them as well. Cantor, take us out with a little Shabbos song. What do you say?
Sure. ואחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורו, והוא היה, והוא הווה, והוא יהיה, ותפארה, אדון עולם, אשר מלך, בטרם כל, יציר נברא, ויתנשא, חפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, וידו הפקיד רוחי, והייתי שם, ויאירה, ועם רוחי גביעתי, אדוני לי אלוהי רע, אדון עולם, אשר מלך, בטרם כל, יציר נברא, ויתנשא, חפצו כל, Nikra, your turn. I don't know long. I share my life louder. There I'm cold. Zernivra. The eight Nassau. Look at so cold. Adai Melech Shemo Nikra. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Stay well. See you tomorrow morning. Stay well. Good night, Phil.